Have you ever stood in front of your refrigerator, holding a slice of something you've eaten your whole life, a piece of cheese, a soda can, a sausage, and asked, "Is this still good for me?" At 25, food is just fuel. At 40, it becomes comfort. But after 60, food becomes medicine or poison. Today, we're going to talk about foods you must stop eating after 60, not to scare you, but to empower you, to help you live longer with more energy, sharper memory, and fewer regrets. And with each food we discuss, you'll hear a real story from seniors just like you who saw their lives change once they made the right choices. Number 1, processed meats. Processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, ham, and salami. These are no longer harmless bites of flavor. They're packed with sodium, preservatives, and nitrates that raise your risk of heart disease, stroke, and certain cancers. At 30, your body could handle them. At 60, your arteries can't afford it. They harden your blood vessels, spike your blood pressure, and silently chip away at your heart health. Henry, a 68-year-old retiree from Texas, had bacon and sausage every Sunday with his boys, a family tradition since his father's time. But at his annual checkup, the doctor's face tightened with concern as he read the monitor. His blood pressure had spiked to 190 over 100. An ultrasound showed narrowing arteries and early signs of heart strain. His doctor asked him a simple question: "Is tradition worth your life?" Henry didn't give up breakfast with his sons, but now they eat scrambled eggs, sautéed veggies, and turkey sausage. He says, "The food changed, but the laughter stayed." Number 2, white bread and refined carbs. White bread, sugary breakfast cereals, and pastries made from refined flour cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes in energy. Over time, they increase your risk of diabetes, obesity, and brain fog. After 60, your metabolism slows, your insulin response weakens, and that slice of toast you loved at 25? It might now be what's draining you at 10 a.m. Now, let's meet someone. Jessica, 72, from London, started noticing something strange. Every day after breakfast, she felt drowsy, confused, and unusually irritable. Her usual breakfast? White toast with jam and a cup of strong English tea. Concerned, her daughter gently suggested a change: whole grains instead of refined ones. Now, Jessica enjoys warm porridge topped with almonds, berries, and a drizzle of honey. She says she feels more alert, focused, and even a little younger. "That heavy fog I used to wake up with? It's finally lifted," Jessica smiles. Number 3, sugary drinks. Sugary sodas, packaged juices, and sweet teas are some of the most dangerous traps for seniors. They may seem harmless, just a sip here and there, but these drinks flood your body with sugar, strain your pancreas, and speed up aging in your brain and heart. Even one soda a day can double your risk of type 2 diabetes and increase your risk of dementia. Here's what happened to Frank. Frank, 74, used to drink a cola every afternoon for energy, but then his doctor told him he was pre-diabetic. He noticed his memory slipping, forgetting names, misplacing items. When he gave up soda and switched to lemon water and herbal tea, the change was dramatic. He told his neighbor, "I didn't lose my mind. I was just poisoning it with sugar." Number 4, deep-fried foods. Fried foods like fries, samosas, and fried chicken might taste heavenly, but they're hell on your heart and joints. They're cooked in oils that are often reused and oxidized, increasing trans fats, which raise bad cholesterol, lower the good kind, and inflame your joints. After 60, Fried foods can trigger arthritis, gut inflammation, and chronic fatigue. Let me tell you about Evelyn. Evelyn, 69, from Manchester, loved her Friday fish and chips, a tradition since childhood. But the day she needed help getting out of bed because of knee pain, her doctor suggested an experiment. "Cut out fried foods for 1 month," he said. She did. The swelling reduced. She could kneel in church again. Now she still eats fish on Fridays. Grilled with herbs, no batter, no regret. Number 5. Salty packaged foods. Salt hides everywhere. In canned soups, pickles, instant noodles, and snack chips. Excess sodium is a silent killer for seniors. It raises blood pressure, strains your kidneys, and can even lead to heart failure. After 60, your body retains salt more easily and expels it less efficiently. Hari's story is a warning. At 76, Hari loved his salty snacks. Papad, pickles, namkeen. But one night, he fainted after climbing the stairs. At the hospital, his BP was 200 over 110. The culprit? Salt overload. Now, Hari enjoys roasted peanuts with herbs, fruit slices, and unsalted nuts. He says, "I lost the crunch, but I kept my heartbeat." Number 6. Full-fat dairy. Cream, butter, whole milk, and cheese in large quantities are rich in saturated fats. They raise LDL cholesterol, worsen inflammation, and can irritate digestion, especially as lactase enzymes decline with age. Maria's story hits home. Maria, 80, adored her morning cheese toast. Until one day, she doubled over in pain after lunch. It wasn't food poisoning. It was dairy intolerance building over the years. She switched to almond milk and yogurt. Now she says, "I didn't give up comfort food, I just updated it." Number 7. Artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, saccharin, and sucralose are often found in sugar-free gums, sodas, and desserts. They confuse the body, disrupt gut bacteria, and may even increase sugar cravings over time. Ben, 70, from Toronto, found this out the hard way. Trying to avoid sugar, he replaced everything with sugar-free versions. Within weeks, his digestion collapsed. He felt bloated, irritable, and couldn't sleep. When he switched back to real fruit, a little honey, and whole foods, everything calmed down. He says, "I tried to cheat my taste buds, but my gut knew the truth." Number 8. Alcohol. Even moderate alcohol affects seniors differently. It interferes with sleep, memory, balance, and can react dangerously with medications. The liver processes alcohol slower with age, meaning it stays in your body longer, doing more damage. Linda, 68, realized this when she started forgetting appointments. She thought it was aging, but her doctor asked, "Do you drink regularly?" "Just 1 glass of wine every night," she said. He recommended a 2-month break. Her memory improved, her anxiety reduced, her energy returned. She now saves her wine for celebrations. She says, "It tastes sweeter when it's rare." Number 9. Unwashed raw produce. As immunity weakens, unwashed fruits and vegetables become risky. Bacteria like E. coli and Listeria can be life-threatening for older adults. Charles, 85, learned this the hard way. He took pride in his garden. One day, he ate a fresh tomato right off the vine. 3 days later, he was in the hospital with severe food poisoning. Now, he uses a vinegar rinse and hasn't had a stomach ache since. He says, "Clean food is peaceful food." Number 10. Packaged desserts and pastries. Store-bought desserts are full of trans fats, processed sugar and artificial flavors. They accelerate aging, increase inflammation, and spike blood sugar. Fiza, 73, had a sweet tooth and a bitter wake-up call. She ended up in the ER with chest pain. It wasn't a heart attack. It was severe acid reflux from years of rich desserts. She now bakes her own treats using oats, dates, banana, and cinnamon. She says, "I still eat dessert, but now it loves me back." You've spent your whole life caring for others, feeding families, working hard, building memories around the dinner table. Now it's time to care for yourself in the simplest way possible, by choosing foods that love you back. This isn't about giving up joy. It's about giving yourself more time, more clarity, more peace, one bite at a time. And if this video made you pause, reflect, or even smile, please take a second to like this video. And if you believe your health is worth protecting, hit subscribe and join a growing community of seniors who are choosing to age with power, purpose, and wisdom. We're not just getting older, we're getting stronger, and it all starts with what's on your plate.